What is your American dream?
My dream has always been the same. Watch my kids grow up. Be there for them, to support them in any way that I can. And then watch them. I mean, my life basically has been over already. It's all about the kids. Once you start having kids, it's all about them. And I love my kids dearly. They love me to death. And I'm here for them. And, watch my daughter, graduate from high school, and hopefully to college, see her raise her own family. That would be my dream.
Everyone has a right to the American dream. Welcome, everybody. How are you? Peace out. Jonathan Elias, how are you?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
Looking good.
Oh, thank you, brother. You are too.
Now, let me ask you a question, Jonathan Elias. Is it better to look good or feel good?
Oh, it's better to feel good.
Better to feel good.
I think so. I think because if you feel good, then I think that will just come out. Your aura will be bright. Like, it will just come out. And, you'll end up looking good.
All right, now let me ask you another question, Jonathan Elias.
Okay.
Is it better to eat Italian or wear Italian?
Now, y'all know I like to eat.
But you also like to wear.
But I also like to, ooh.
That's a good question. Somebody asked me that.
Italian.
Somebody asked me that this weekend.
Oh.
I said, let me take another bite of my pizza and I'll tell you.
And then you tell you, right. I think wear Italian.
You would rather wear Italian than eat Italian.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I like other types of food too.
Right. Okay. There you have it.
There you go.
All right. Let's see. I wonder what the squad thinks.
Yeah. Let us know.
Would the squad rather eat Italian or wear Italian?
No, I like the first question a lot better.
Well, that's an easy question to answer, though.
Really?
Of course, you always want to feel good better than look good.
Some people, are pretty vain. They rather look good.
Because
some people might say if you look good, then you automatically feel good. I don't think
that is true too.
Yeah. I personally don't think that.
That would be very shallow of that human being.
And there are shallow people in this world.
Correct. That is correct. Now, I think the harder question is eat Italian or wear Italian.
That's a harder question for you?
Yes, it's a harder question for me. I'm wearing Italian right now.
And it makes you feel good.
Makes me feel good.
When you eat Italian,
I am wearing Italian right now.
You don't feel too good. You feel a little bloated.
But you feel good when it's going down, right?
Until you have to go to the gym. Carbs.
I think I would rather wear Italian than eat Italian.
Okay. We're on the same page.
But what do you think the squad would say? Now that I think about it, because I did have Italian last night.
Okay.
And I did come back with a little indigestion from overeating.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I did go to the gym this morning.
You see?
I felt like 30 minutes like a ravioli was popping right out of my neck,
Damn.
You
see, and none of that happens when you wear an Italian.
That's right. Nothing's popping out of my neck, right? All right, let's say hello to the squad. Caroline Williams is watching. Christy Consoli's squad up. Dionne Reed squad up. How are you? Paulette Bryce Cameron squad up. Melanie Abiola Aline saying hello. How are you? Jewel Delph, Ma Dukes.
Yeah.
Dionne Reed. It's going again. Yeah, we had a fake out before. We started the show, faked you out, cut it off, and came back. It was a fake out. Bradshaw Live fake out Monday.
Yeah.
Monday fake out, we're going to call it. Denisha Joseph. Brad, you are the man.
Oh, nice.
Should have saved that for comments of the day.
Oh, yeah.
Damn. All right. But it's a pre-comment of the day. Dip Fab, Cake Affairs, squad up. How are you? By the way, thank you very much for calling me the man. I appreciate that. That's very nice of you. I didn't thank her. I said Melanie and Barbara Bedward. She has a question. Yo, Wagwan.
Wagwan.
Wagwan. That's her question.
Wagwan.
What?
Feeling great.
Okay, there you have it. Carol Anderson, the Tiger, says she likes to eat and wear it. Denisha Joseph, she said, forget the squat up. She just wants to get straight to schmoozing.
Yeah.
All right.
She's not playing.
She ain't playing around. All right, let's go to YouTube. The top cat is double fisting. Denise Johnson, squat up. Nix to G, thumbs up, guys, for the team. Denise Finley saying, hey, Brad, squad. David Perselli, what it do? Squat up.
Oh.
I like that one. Nixta saying, finally, I agree with you. Veronica Clark, squad up. Veronica Clark would much prefer to eat Italian than wear Italian.
Oh,
you see, everyone's a little different.
Yeah.
Denver Sal says it's better to feel good than look good. And James Ituwa could care less. He was just waiting for the show to start.
And did you say what's up to Jessica Leamy?
What?
Joelle Davis? Jessica
I did not say hello to Jessica Leamy. I did not see her.
You forgot her.
I did not forget you. I just didn't see you.
Never forget you.
I would never forget you. I just didn't see your comment.
And Dawn Harriet, of course.
And Squad Up, how are you as well?
Yes.
Dawn Harriet. Everybody's very sensitive.
Yeah.
We're going to call it Sensitive Monday, right? If I don't call out their name, right?
So apparently I'm supposed to say Mideya.
Mideya.
Am I saying it right? Mideya.
We need. Yeah, we need.
I think when you say Wagwan.
Yeah. We need Mideya. Mideya.
Mideya.
Mideya.
Is it?
That's what Jill is telling me.
Okay.
Mideya. Ian's telling me Mideya.
Oh, Mideya.
I said Ian saying Mideya.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Right. Ian probably know.
It says I'm here. I trust Ian's.
Wagwan.
I trust Ian's patois translation over Jill's.
Mideya.
Would you agree with that one?
I would agree. I'm sorry. I would agree.
Easy, Ian. All right, let's get going, yo. What do we got?
Absolutely. All right, squad, you already know what time it is. We need you guys to share on all social media platforms because we're about to start schmoozing with Brad, talking headlines, including the Senate back from Thanksgiving break, now turning to President Biden's Build Back Better Act, where a hot topic is the inclusion of immigration legislation that would grant provisional work permits to about 6.5 million undocumented people. And squad, you already know it is Fuzzy Monday, so get ready for some fun stories about our furry friends, including a public transportation using canine in Turkey who's gone viral, documenting his trips across the Strait of Istanbul.
And of course, you can call us at the number scrolling on the bottom, yo-yo, right there, 1-800-529-5465. We are using Yo-Yo's hands today to show the telephone number, 1-800-529-5465. I like that. Can you do that one more time? There you go. 1-800, there you are. You look, I'm going to tell you something. If there was like a male,
Like a male Vanna White?
I was thinking the male, the person from The Price is Right,
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And you can win this new 1-800-529-5465 number.
I can definitely do that.
Right? You look like The Price is White person.
Yeah,
right? But it's usually women. It's not men.
But
they should change it around. Why don't they have a woman host and then the men going like that? Yes.
I'm here for it.
Like I think like on what's that show where you have to take the
Wheel of Fortune?
No. Wait, the briefcase with Howie Mandel.
Yes.
What's his name?
Where all the ladies are standing up and they got the briefcase.
I really believe it should be an attractive Howie Mandel and like a bunch of buff, gymmed out, six-pack guys with the briefcases. That would get a lot more views. I am telling you it would.
Listen.
Deal or no deal. Right. They should switch it up. Wouldn't Deal or No Deal do so much better with like just a bunch of buff guys?
I mean, I'm sure a lot of women.
I am sure. All right, let's get to schmoozing.
All right.
It's not for me to give Hollywood ideas.
Right. You ain't getting paid for that.
I ain't getting paid for it.
Let's schmooze.
How come they listen to you and not me? Easy. All right, so the Senate is coming back from Thanksgiving break, and they are going to be discussing the Build Back Better Act. That is the act, as far as we are concerned. There's a lot in it with the environment and as well as environmental issues. There's issues regarding, child care, pre-K, free pre-K for all children. But as far as immigration is concerned, we've talked about it. It is the parole in place. It has passed the House of Representatives. They expect it to help at least 6.5 million people, probably more, maybe 6.5 million people on the Northeast. Anybody who was here prior to January 1st, 2011 would be included in this program. It would be a parole for 5 years. Parole makes you legal. And then you could renew it for another 5 years. For a total of 10 years, you would get a work permit, you get travel permission. The idea is that they can't, under this budget reconciliation, change the law forever, because that's changing laws, that's not doing a budget. So what the idea is, Jonathan, is that they're going to do something that's a 10-year program to raise money. Hopefully it will pass the parliamentarian in the Senate. If it does, it would give work permission, travel permission, which is basically what you get as a lawful resident for 10 years. And then the idea being in 10 years, once all these benefits are given to tens and tens of millions of people, it's going to be a lot more than 6.5 million people. What history has always repeated itself for 250 years in the United States of America is once Congress gives a benefit to anybody, whether immigrant, U.S. citizen, or whoever, once Congress gives a benefit, it's almost impossible to take it away.
Yeah.
Even think about Obamacare.
Yeah,
how the Republicans for 10 years tried to undo it,
yes.
and they couldn't undo it. Okay, so history is a guide that if this parole passes for 10 years, at a bare minimum, it'll be there forever.
Yeah.
If not, they'll probably perhaps change a law in the future to give people on parole green cards.
Okay.
Now, that doesn't mean that people who get parole, who were here prior to January 1st, 2011, meaning that you were physically in the United States from January 1st, 2011, all the way to the present time when Joe Biden potentially may sign this into law, that doesn't mean that you can't get a green card. It actually makes it easier for you to get a green card, because now people who are out of status are in status. People who did not make a legal entry would presumably have made this legal entry now by being granted the parole, or perhaps get the advanced parole travel document, travel out and return, making a legal entry, which would allow for adjustment of status. So it would potentially give people who are otherwise not eligible for a green card, who are married to U.S. citizens but came without inspection, for example, that would be the biggest group of people to ultimately adjust their status. It's the parliamentarian, Yo-Yo. It's that damn parliamentarian.
And that's the only thing that really scares me. It's like,
this woman.
This woman, because it's like we keep on coming with different
I'm
plans.
tired of looking at her smiling face.
In that picture, it's literally that picture.
I'm tired of looking at her smiling face.
There's nothing to smile
There's nothing to smile about until you say Plan C works. All right.
And it's like you're not changing the law, so it's like, and we're bringing in money.
Parole status is a law already. There is a law for parole. It doesn't exist.
And we're bringing in money.
It exists,
like
and they're bringing in money by doing it.
What's the issue?
Now, she has rejected Plan A and Plan B. And Senator Manchin from West Virginia, he is like Republican Democrat. Okay, he is in the Democratic Party, but might as well be in the Republican Party because he has such conservative views.
Right.
He has said he will vote for the Build Back a Better plan for the immigration portion of it, as long as the parliamentarian says it's kosher. I don't think he used the word kosher.
Right.
I don't think he even knows what the word kosher means. But I know what it means. You know what it means.
I know what it means.
Okay, so if the parliamentarian says it's okay, he'll vote for it. If the parliamentarian says no, he won't, which is really bizarre to me that this unelected woman has so much power.
Yeah.
I find that disturbing. I find it extraordinarily disturbing. We will know by Christmas.
Okay.
That's what Senator Schumer says.
Keep your fingers crossed, everyone.
Now, with this whole thing in the DREAM Act coming into the news for the last year and trying to pass the DREAM Act. CNN reported on Sunday that another group of children who are living in the United States who are not part of the DREAM Act and feel that they should be. And these are children who are legal in the United States of America on all sorts of different visas derivatively to their parents' visas. Children who are on H-4s because they're derivative on their parents' H-1B. Children who are on F-2 because they're derivative to their parents' F-1 student visa.
Right.
Children who are on E's and L's and all sorts of different non-immigrant visas. Children who are living in the United States who are children of diplomats who have been living here for 10, 15 years. What happens is when they reach 21, they got to figure it out for themselves. They fall out of status.
Right.
After living here legally for 10, 15 years. Now, a lot of times, children are fall out of status because their parents applied for their green card. They applied for their green card, but because of the visa waiting lists and now because of COVID, these green cards are taking forever and children are aging out.
Yeah.
So experts are saying there's about 200,000 children who are living in this limbo who potentially in the next 2 years or so will fall out of status, who have been living here for over a decade. Now, Dip Patel, he's a 25-year-old pharmacist and the founder of Improve the Dream. This is a group of documented dreamers. That's what they're calling themselves. They're documented now, but then they're all falling out of status when they're 21. And everybody knows these children.
Yeah.
Okay? They're pressing Congress and the Biden administration to help save their futures. Patel says the whole situation is something that most people don't really even know exists. That it's possible for a child to be brought here legally, live here legally, do all their education here, but still have no chance to become an American, then ultimately become illegal.
That's crazy. That's insane to me.
Yeah. Now, Lakshmi Pavanathan, I apologize, Lakshmi, for butchering your name. It's very long with lots of syllables. Yeah. She's 19 years old. She's a sophomore at Drexel University in Philadelphia, and she wants to become a doctor. She first came to the United States when she was 3 years old. She said she has tried to get a student visa to stay here past her 21st birthday because her parents have been on a waiting list for a green card for years. They still haven't gotten it yet. She's in legal status, but is going to fall out of status soon.
Yeah.
And she said she applied for her student visa 14 months ago and still waiting on it. And what she's really doing is she probably did a change of status, because if you go on the USCIS website, they're saying right now change of status to a student is 17 months. That's how delayed they are. Now, Julia Gallant, a senior policy analyst at the Migration Policy Institute, and this is says this issue is affecting obviously a lot of people. And she says one major reason is the green card backlogs are immense, just like we talked about, especially for people from India. India has a backlog that's 20 plus years for employment-based cases. It could take decades for them to even have a chance to apply. So basically, anyone who is from India, who's brought their children here on H-4s and they're waiting on employment-based cases for over a decade, all their children are falling out of status. And they got to either try to figure out how to get to a student visa or some other visa. And according to Julia Gallant, this means many people who came to the United States as young children are still waiting for their family's turn by the time they turn 21. Turn meaning getting their green card. And at that point, the adult visa holders' children are no longer considered dependents. And they're kicked out of line and forced to either remain in the United States illegally, change their status if they're lucky to do it. The parole status that hopefully passes, the Plan C, would help many of these children. Because if they were physically here before January 1st, 2011, even children who aged out and are now 25, 26, 27 and out of status, as long as they can prove you were here before January 1st, 2011, it will help them.
Okay.
But it doesn't help everybody.
Right.
But we're talking about it because these are children, hundreds of thousands of children were saying, oh, with the DREAM Act, why are we punishing children?
Right.
And here's a whole other group of children that the United States is punishing, yet nobody talks about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we thought it would be a good idea to discuss it a little bit.
I'm happy we did because could you imagine being here, like getting brought here when you're like 9 years old, and then all of a sudden like you're of age now, like 19, going to college, and you're screwed, like
totally screwed.
You know nothing else.
Right.
Like you were brought here legally, and
what about that young girl from India?
Yeah.
She was from 3. Do you know the difference between me and that young girl who came here at 3 is? Nothing. Right? Jinx! Jinx! Yo.
Thank you.
Okay. But we said it the same thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
That's scary.
Yeah, because, I mean, do you have any recollection of where you were before you were 3 years old? None.
No.
None whatsoever. So,
and imagine being a kid like who didn't even know that they weren't a citizen.
Right.
You know, I'm sure there's a lot of those as well.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we still have to talk about Thanksgiving. Why not? It was a great holiday.
It was.
It was really nice because this was our first holiday, Thanksgiving, that we were able to get together with our families in 2 years.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. It felt really good.
And there was one special Thanksgiving story we saw that I thought we would talk about. There's a settlement program called Mary's List in Southern California, where you come from.
Where you
just got back from. And they're helping Afghanis who escaped the Taliban resettle in the United States. And the group has been helping at least 20 refugee families. And next year, the organization is going to help hopefully 300 families. Now, one of the people who started Mary's List, her name is Mary Whitehall, and she was asked if she would host an Afghan family for their first Thanksgiving. So she was connected with the Ashgari family. And the Ashgari family, they came here as a translator and interpreter for the United States military in Afghanistan.
Oh, wow.
And Thursday was the first time that they had been invited by an American household to experience a Thanksgiving meal.
Oh.
And Ashgari had to explain to his children what turkey is because they didn't even know what turkey was.
Not the
Basically,
country.
he said it was just a big chicken.
Yeah.
You know, so, and he said that every homeland, every nation, every people, every person, they've got a culture or tradition. So it is our first time, and now we want to learn a little bit about what this really is. Now, Naji is the gentleman, Kiki Naji is the woman who asked Mary Whitehall if she would host the Afghan family. She made a big turkey, cranberry sauce, potatoes, and spinach, but she also prepared a halal lamb to make sure the Ashgari family could have something familiar to eat. Now, Nagi was eager to not only introduce them to Thanksgiving dishes, but to also show them the tradition of giving thanks here in the United States. She said from the right and the left, everyone is kind of like, America has got problems, X, Y, Z. In the midst of this conflicting cultural moment, this narrative of division that we hear so much about, that there is something essential to the American experience that is rooted in gratitude, that's rooted in volunteerism, that you leave your country, you leave a situation, and you come here sometimes with very little, sometimes with nothing, and you start over and you create this opportunity for your family. And of course, the Ashgari family, they were very thankful. They said, we may have more opportunities in our life in our hands. So of course, the foremost example is this, that we are together family. And, you know, they had another person at this Thanksgiving table, and his name was Tam Van Tran. Now, Tran was a refugee from Vietnam in 1975, and his siblings arrived 1 week before the fall of Saigon, similar to many of the Afghans arriving right before the fall of Kabul. And Tran said, when I saw the photo of the Afghans in the cargo plane, it reminded me very much of I was in the same situation. It was just a gigantic cargo ship. And when Tran came to California, he was about the same age as Ashgari's oldest children, and he said he and his siblings escaped initially without their parents, so they were welcomed into a foster home in California, and he said he could offer the Ashgaris a warm welcome, brotherhood and camaraderie in a sense, I went through the same experience in 1975.
Wow.
So this was their Thanksgiving.
That's awesome.
Which is very nice, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
It is.
And of course, Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah. Tonight is the second night of the Festival of Lights.
Yeah.
Tell me all you know about Hanukkah, Jonathan.
Just know it falls around Christmas and you light a light every...
Right, now it's very funny as everyone thinks that Hanukkah is Jewish Christmas.
No.
It's
that
not.
I do know it's not.
It is not Jewish Christmas. It commemorates the victory of the Maccabees in ancient Israel, going back to 165 years before Christ, when the Assyrian ruler Antiochus conquered what is now Israel, but I guess Judea, I guess it was called at the time, and forced all the Jews to worship idols. And the Jews banded together, kicked the Syrians out. See, they've been fighting for thousands of years, right?
Yes.
I mean, it doesn't end. They're
end.
fighting from 2,000 years ago. And then they rededicated the temple to be able to pray to the one sole God.
Yes.
And they only had oil to light the temple for prayers in the evening for one night. But I guess divinity kicked in and the candles lasted 8 nights. So they were able to pray for 8 consecutive nights, which is the miracle of Hanukkah.
There we go.
And why Jews give presents on Hanukkah? Because we're jealous of everybody celebrating Christmas, so we should get some presents too. But giving the presents on Hanukkah has nothing to do with the actual holiday. We just, American Jews, made it up.
Right.
So happy Hanukkah to those who are celebrating.
Yes. Do you celebrate Hanukkah?
And by the way, Doug Emmerhoff, who's the husband of Vice President Kamala Harris, he's Jewish, and he spoke at the National Menorah lighting ceremony on Sunday for the first night of Hanukkah.
Nice. Do you celebrate?
Not particularly, but it's nice to know that Hanukkah exists.
Yes. Did you when you were younger?
Yes, when I was younger,
okay.
yes. Yeah, but now I don't really do much anymore.
Yeah. You know, I love the holidays, so.
But maybe I'll get myself a Christmas tree anyway.
I think you should.
Why not? Right? It's just festive. It has nothing to do with actual religion. Right? It's nothing like, it's not like Jesus Christ is
it's
like
on
the tree.
Coming out of
it's
it.
Right. It's Santa.
I agree.
It's Santa.
Yes.
So it's festive.
It gets festive. It gives you a little warm feeling.
That's right. And this was good news. On Wednesday, 3 white men charged in the killing of Ahmaud Arbery.
Yes.
They were found guilty. Defendants Travis McMichael fatally shot Arbery. He was guilty on all charges. His father Gregory, who rode armed in the bed of a pickup as his son pursued Arbery, was not guilty of malice murder, but guilty on all the other 8 charges. And William Roddy Bryan, a neighbor who joined the pursuit and filmed Arbery's final moments, guilty of 3 counts of felony murder. They will all go to jail for life. And
do you think they're actually going to go?
I believe so, and if not, they're going to be prosecuted federally. They'll be found guilty federally as well. So between state and federal, they will never see daylight again. Wow. That's my opinion.
Wow.
We'll see what happens. And on the stand, Travis McMichael claimed he acted in self-defense after Arbery grabbed his shotgun, but under cross-examination, he conceded that he told investigators he didn't know whether Arbery grabbed his gun or not, and that neither he nor his dad had mentioned the citizen's arrest to the police. Arbery had 2 gunshot wounds in his chest and a gunshot graze wound on the inside of one of his wrists. He did not have any drugs or alcohol on him. There was video surveillance of the home where the defendants claimed Arbery was inside or casing out, and the video showed he was never near that house, never on the person's property. And Gregory McMichael also suspected, it's right here, Gregory McMichael also suspected Arbery had been inside a home under construction, but the home's owner testified cameras had spotted other people, other children, a white couple, trespassing on his property. He also said he never gave or authorized the McMichaels to enter his property or confront anybody. And at least I'm glad, at least in one of 2 trials, Justice was served.
Yes.
Doesn't bring back Ahmaud, though.
It does not. It does not.
And coronavirus, Jonathan, just when we thought it was over, we had the beta, we had the lambda.
Oh, gosh. Is there
Right.
another one?
We had the, what was the other one called? The delta.
The Delta.
It's like fraternities, right?
Yeah.
Right, we had the delta.
All the Greek letters.
Yeah, right, we had the delta.
So
now
what-
we have the Omicron,
Oh, God.
which is coming out of South Africa. And as soon as South Africans saw that this Omicron variant, they don't know if it's any more lethal. They don't know if it makes people sicker. They just know that it's more contagious.
Oh, God.
As soon as South Africa told the world they found this, what did the world do to South Africans?
Shut them down.
Shut them down. So you know what's going to happen the next time there's a new variant? No one's going to be saying nothing.
Right.
Because they don't want to be shut down. Telling you what's going to happen. Before we know it, there'll be a new variant spreading the whole world, and nobody will even know it exists.
But I mean, this is a way to, to protect.
I know.
So-
44 countries have restricted South Africans and several other African countries
gosh.
from entering.
So what are we supposed to do when something like this happens? Like, what were they supposed to do if they weren't going to shut down? Do you have to?
I don't think you have a choice. I'm just telling you
Right.
what's going to happen.
But it makes sense.
Yes. I'm just telling you what's going to happen. But if you're a South African, you're like, come on.
Yeah. But
Now,
like,
now
you
I'm
also
stuck
have
back
to
in my
think,
country?
like, yeah, but what are we supposed to do, y'all? What are we supposed to do? This is too much.
It's too much. You know what? Just when we thought it was over, it's not over.
It'll never be.
Yeah. You know, I thought all the Chucky movies were over.
I thought the Halloween movies
But
were
Chucky
over.
keeps coming back.
And
So this
Michael
is like
Myers keep coming
this is
back.
like Friday the 13th number 8 already.
Yeah.
Damn, let's get to some fuzzy news.
Please.
All right.
Fuzzy me up.
Let's fuzzy up Yo-Yo,
Yeah.
all right? Let's fuzzy him up a little bit, Ian.
Fuzzy me up.
Fuzzy me up one day. Wait, where's my fuzzy news? Screw it up. Here it is. All right, here's my fuzzy news. And the, wait, we'll be back in a second, Yo-Yo. There we are.
There we are. All right.
Okay. And the award, Yo-Yo, to the winner of the Comedy Wildlife Photography Awards, recently announced for Best Picture of an Uncomfortable Monkey, a trio of gossipy raccoons, a joyful bird reunion. Where's the joyful bird reunion?
But that's the overall winner.
That was the overall. Well, no,
monkey.
they include. This was these were the people.
Those were the finalists.
The finalists.
Yes.
Right. It's like best movie goes to.
Right.
And the finalists are an uncomfortable monkey. That's not an uncomfortable monkey. A trio of gossipy raccoons. A joyful bird reunion. Is that the joyful bird reunion?
Yes.
A gravity-defying fish. Where is the gravity-defying fish? There he is, a gravity-defying fish.
Oh, that looks cool.
And an all-powerful
Crazy.
prairie dog.
That looks crazy.
And the winner is, who is the winner?
The monkey.
I don't know.
It's
The
the
winner is the monkey. The monkey who looks
like he in pain.
he looked like he jumped in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
He looked like he
poor
jumped in
guy.
the wrong spot. Yes, and the monkey, the winner, the top prize goes to Ken Jansen. His photo taken in Yunnan, China, shows a golden silk monkey in a rather uncomfortable position
Yikes.
with an appropriately startled look on its face. The monkey said, "Ow!" Very high-pitched "ow."
How about if he had a deep voice? You never know.
No, but after he hit
Not
himself
after
like that, he's talking like this for the rest of his life. The caption reads, "This is actually a show of aggression. However, in the position that the monkey is in, it looks quite painful."
It definitely does.
I'm going to tell you something. If that's how I have to look aggressive, count me out.
Okay.
Count me out.
Same.
Well, congratulations to the silk monkey in Yunnan, China.
Yes, we've been talking about them.
You
for a
have
while.
won the Comedy Wildlife Photography Award.
Awesome.
And in Istanbul, I was in Istanbul. There's a lot of stray animals, dogs and cats,
Really?
on the streets. Tons of them.
Apparently not only on the streets now.
Yeah,
huh?
yes. There is an image of Boji, a young shepherd mix with his head cocked to one side, reclining on a seat and cuddling with passengers on various modes of transportation in Istanbul. And Boji has now become an Instagram influencer. What? The traveling canine has his own Twitter account. He is netting 50,000 plus followers in under a month, as well as an Instagram feed which catalogs his journeys. On a recent day, Boji traveled 30 kilometers, which is nearly 20 miles, making his way across the Bosphorus, known as the Strait of Istanbul. And he is among thousands of street dogs and cats roaming the city. I said I saw a lot of.
Yeah.
Yes, the person who I was with had to stop every block in Istanbul and feed a cat.
Oh.
I didn't get too far. I was feeding a lot of animals in Istanbul. They were very well fed when I was there. That's all I can tell you. And Boji is formally registered by the Istanbul Metropolitan Municipality and can be observed by the large green plastic tag affixed to his ear. Oh. So Boji, the Instagram influencer.
Got way more followers than I do.
And
he has no idea.
Spanish police had an unusual encounter a couple of weeks ago. Did you hear about this, Yo-Yo?
Oh, I did.
Yeah, a number of camels escaped the zoo.
Along
with the llama. They were trying to meet Madagascar 4, but the live version of Madagascar 4. The animals were from the Grand Circle Quiros in the Spanish capital, and they were finally located around 5 a.m. Spain's national police confirmed on their Twitter feed, sharing images of the animals walking the streets, signing off with the hashtag We Love Animals. We have pictures of the animals on the streets.
That is insane. Could you imagine, like,
these are the circus animals, but where are they on the street? Is that
That's them on the street, crossing the street.
Oh, I see. That's very funny. Can you imagine?
What?
Can you imagine
no,
that?
I couldn't.
Can you imagine a bunch of camels and llamas walking down Fifth Avenue?
Right.
Right. And then, did you hear about the squirrel in North Dakota?
No.
Yes, there's a squirrel in North Dakota, Yo-Yo. He filled up some guy's pickup truck with 52 gallons of walnuts.
What?
Apparently storing all of his walnuts for the winter in this man's pickup truck.
What?
Yes. All of this work, 42 gallons of walnuts, all of this work by one squirrel.
What?
One very hungry squirrel who was going to be well prepared.
Wow.
This squirrel was going to be very well prepared for the winter.
Wow.
Yeah, Bill Fisher of Fargo said he repeatedly spotted the red squirrel climbing on his Chevrolet Avalanche while it was parked outside his home, and he discovered the small animal was filling the vehicle with a large amount of walnuts. Fisher told WDAY-TV.
Oh, my God.
You ever watch WDAY-TV in Fargo, North? No, neither have
No.
I. But he called WDAY-TV, and he says a lot of places in the Radiator Fan all the way through here, that corner has been covered full with walnuts. It was planning on camping there for the whole winter.
Oh, he took it out.
And that, Yo-Yo, is our Fuzzy Monday.
Pretty fuzzy.
Was that fuzzy enough for you?
It was pretty fuzzy.
Pretty fuzzy?
Yeah.
You've had fuzzier.
It was pretty fuzzy.
Pretty fuzzy.
It was pretty fuzzy.
Fuzzy wuzzy or just fuzzy?
It was fuzzy.
Not fuzzy wuzzy.
It was fuzzy wuzzy.
It was fuzzy wuzzy. Okay, all right. Yo-Yo says it was fuzzy wuzzy. All right. It's time to throw back to some TikTok. In this edition of TikTok Time, I answer questions including whether a grandparent can file for a grandchild.
Got legal guardianship of this child, and in the legal guardianship proceedings was able to show that it's not in the child's best interest to be reunited with at least one of the biological parents because of neglect or abuse or abandonment, then that child can file a special immigrant juvenile petition for a green card. But you need that special ruling. Otherwise, there is no such thing as grandparent filing for grandchild. So hopefully the guardianship proceedings were done properly to allow the child to file a special immigrant juvenile. Good luck. Green card holder can file for his or her spouse and his or her unmarried children, whether over or under 21, but no other family. So if you're talking about children and spouse, yes. Otherwise, you got to wait until you're a citizen. Good luck. There is no such thing as deriving U.S. citizenship through a grandparent. You can only derive U.S. citizenship being born outside of the United States of America through a U.S. citizen parent, biological parent. Good luck.
All right. People love the squirrel.
Yeah.
They love the squirrel. And by the way, hello, Vanessa, in the comments on YouTube.
Yes, Queen!
Yeah, how you doing down there in Miami? But people love the squirrel, stocking up for the food shortage.
Yes.
Said Rosemary Barnes and Veronica Clark saying, smart squirrel. That was a smart squirrel, right? All right. I think we got to get to some meat and potatoes, Yo-Yo.
Let's do it.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right, Ian, meat and potatoes. We start answering your immigration questions.
Call in.
All right, let's go to James in Tallahassee. James. 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 You've been waiting all this time, James. Don't tell me, James.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello,
Can you hear
James.
me?
I was about to hang up on you, James. How are you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I muted it.
No worries. What can I do to help you?
Yeah. I applied for VAWA some time ago as of July. And I received notice of that they've received it. Then now I checked it on the site, and it was showing ROFE for me to present ROFE.
Right.
Then the next week I received a letter for me to come for biometrics.
Right.
Yeah. So am I still in order? But today I received another letter for the ROFE.
What is your question? What is your question, James?
Yeah. Am I still on the right track with the ROFE and the biometric?
Well, you took a biometric because they just scheduled it for you, and that was just part of the electronic process of scheduling you. The RFE means that you are missing evidence to be able to prove your VAWA case. To prove your VAWA case, you need to prove three things. One, you're in a bona fide marriage with your spouse. Two, there was physical abuse or extreme emotional abuse. And three, you're a person of good moral character. The RFE most likely is asking for one or possibly two or possibly three of those issues. And what they're asking for is you haven't submitted proof or enough evidence for them to support showing that it was a bona fide marriage, for example, if that's what they're asking for, or show proof that you were abused, or you're a person of good moral character. So they're asking for one of those three issues or more than one of those three issues.
Okay, because I sent in my...
I don't want to hear what you sent in. What does the RFE ask for?
Okay, my RFE asks for evidence of you or your alleged abuser were married or that are child or stepchild. Then evidence your alleged abuser has or had lawful permanent resident status. All
right, so guess what? Okay, you're not even you didn't even submit proof that you were in a legal marriage with this person, and you didn't even submit proof. You're like way off because you filed an application without proof that you married to this person or that this person had any status. So you have a long, long way to go to get this thing approved. You definitely need help. I can already tell. Hold on. Let's go to Roy in Queens.
Yes, please.
Hi, Roy. How are you?
Doing all right, man.
What's going on?
Yeah, I have a question. My 10-year green card.
Can you speak up, please?
Yeah, my 10-year green card.
Can you speak up, please, and not talk into a speakerphone and talk into your phone?
A 10-year green card.
Roy, I can't hear you if you're speaking on a speakerphone. Talk into your phone.
Okay. Yeah, you hearing me now?
Now I hear you.
Yeah, I said my 10-year green card going to be up in February. And I would like to know if I have to come in now. I'll wait until February I come in and look about it.
Well, if you're 10-year or you're 2-year, you said?
No, 10.
Well, even if you do nothing, in March, April, May, June of 2022, you're still a lawful resident. You just won't have any evidence of it. So if you want evidence that you're a lawful resident, you should be doing it right now because it takes about 6 months to replace. So you're going to want evidence if you need to get a driver's license, you need to get a job, change your job, travel, something you're going to need. I would do it now.
Okay, I don't drive without my ID and I have a job.
All right, then you don't need it then. It's up to you. You don't lose.
Okay.
You're just the day you need it, you're going to be very sorry you didn't renew it. That's all.
Yeah, so I can come in like...
You can do it whenever you want.
I want to do it I want to go to Jamaica the 7th of December, so I want to do it before I go out.
So then do it now.
Okay, so I can come in next Friday?
Come in. You want me to make an appointment for you on a live show?
Yeah, make an appointment.
Excuse me 1 second. I can't make an appointment. Hold on 1 second. Jeez, Louise. Yes, Felix. I mean, stop everything. Felix in St. Louis, Missouri. Felix.
Yeah.
How are you?
Are you there?
Good. Yes, I'm here. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
Yes. I have a question here. Okay, so I'll give you a background a little bit. I came to the United States with F1 visa, and
I don't want the background. Give me your question.
I'm sorry?
Tell me your question, and then I'll ask you if I need background. What's your question?
Okay, my question is, I'm thinking of going to South Africa, where I come from. And I'm getting divorced right now. Do you think I'll have a problem to re-enter the United States?
What is your status at the moment?
I have a 10-year green card.
If you have a 10-year green card, you could travel to South Africa and return without a problem, even with the Omicron, whatever it's called. Is it Omicron? Omicron. You'll still be able to travel back to the U.S. because you have a green card. You don't have to worry about a divorce. You can go travel and come back.
Okay.
All right.
Another question.
Yes.
The last one, yes. Okay, so I had someone, my coworker, filed an order of protection against me. So do you think I'll be able to re-enter without knowing the problem with CBP?
An order of protection is a civil issue. It's not a criminal issue, unless you were charged with a criminal act of domestic violence. You will have no problem.
No, there was nothing like...
then you're fine. Then you're fine.
The court found out there was nothing.
Then you're fine.
There was nothing like it.
Then you're fine.
Okay,
Enjoy your trip. Stay away from the Omicron there.
I know, right? Thanks.
All right. Okay. Now, if you notice something, he wanted to tell me his whole life story.
Yeah.
His entire life. I came here on a B. I went to an F. And then I got married. Then I got a 2-year green card. And I lived in Missouri. Then I moved to New York. Then I went to Florida. And then I wanted to remove my conditions. And I got it. Now I got my 10-year green card. Can I travel to South Africa?
Just say, can I travel to
South Africa
with the 10-year green card?
Exactly. That's why I said ask me your question first.
I liked how you did that.
All right, let's go to Eva in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Eva.
Hello, this is Eva.
Hi, Eva. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So my VAWA case was approved over a year ago, and I have a green card interview in Detroit on December 14.
Great.
I received this notice, and they say what to bring with me, but it's not clear. Can you help me with a list of what I should bring with me to the VAWA green card interview?
Well, you would need to bring a new medical to show you're vaccinated. That's for sure. Okay. Mm-hmm. So are you vaccinated?
Yeah, but for the COVID, I got an exception from my doctor.
Okay, so then make sure that you are then going to have to file a waiver for that. You realize that?
Yeah,
your doctor, you could submit your doctor's note with your waiver application, but you're going to need to file a waiver of the requirement to be vaccinated. And it depends on what that medical issue is that you have. Okay, that's number one. So you're going to have to be prepared with a waiver. Number two, you should bring in all the evidence that you submitted to prove your VAWA case. Be prepared to answer questions about your VAWA case. I don't know how you entered the United States of America. Be prepared about your entry and your marriage. I mean, I don't know anything about you, so it's hard for me to prepare you on a live TV show until I know what all the issues are that they may ask you about. But generally, you're going to want to bring in all the evidence on your VAWA case. They're going to want to know about your entry. They're going to want to see a medical, and they're going to go through your entire adjustment application and ask you all those questions to make sure you're not inadmissible.
Okay, so you said to bring the evidence for my VAWA. Does that mean I need to bring court letters and everything, all the originals?
If it's original documents, yes. Bring your valid passport. Bring your valid, your original birth certificate. Bring your original marriage certificate.
Okay.
Okay?
And so my lawyer of record cannot make it with me because he has hearing at the same time. Is it too late to hire a new lawyer to go with me to the...
No. You can hire a new lawyer right now, yes.
And they wouldn't need to file for appearance?
Well, of course they would. If they're locally in Detroit, they can just show up with you. If they're outside of Detroit, they're doing telephone interviews, meaning that the lawyer would represent you by telephone outside of Detroit, and you would be physically there in Detroit. And yes, you would have to let the lawyer know in advance so they can contact immigration to let them know to call the lawyer before they call you into the office.
Okay, so I need to call them and let them know that...
No, you don't call anybody. You need to hire a lawyer. That's what you need to do, if that's what you want.
But if the lawyer from Detroit, they can come with me without filing any...
Correct.
Okay, sounds good.
All right?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Good luck. All right, let's go to David in Chicago. David.
Oh, hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, so recently I went for my interview for my I-751 and my N400.
Yes.
So the immigration officer first attended to me with the lawyer I went with. So he asked me about a name, and I had already kind of like, I didn't even remember the name anymore. So what happened?
You didn't remember the name of who?
In 2017, my wife and I had an issue. She accused me of cheating. So she kind of like brought up a name, and that name
brought up the name of the woman you cheated with, or you were allegedly cheated with?
Allegedly.
Right, and you don't remember this woman's name?
Yeah, so when they kind of visited at that particular point in time...
Is this for citizenship? What is this interview for?
For I-751 and citizenship.
All right, and you and your wife are together?
So at in the time they came visiting, we went together at that time, but we kind of like sorted it out, and she found out it wasn't true. So we came back together. So we've been...
So your wife wrote a letter. How does immigration know this person's name? Your wife wrote a letter to immigration saying, David's cheating on me with Alice, or whatever the name was?
No, when they visited in 2000...
they came for a home visit, and your wife blurted out names.
Yeah, so they said, we don't live together.
Okay.
She said, oh, yeah. So,
all right. So then they said, who's this woman? You said, I don't know.
Yeah, so I said, I don't know. So when when he finished with me, then my wife came in, and he kind of like asked my wife about it. And my wife told him that, at that point in time, he kind of like, she kind of like found out that it wasn't true. So the officer brought me back in. Hello?
I'm listening, David.
Yeah, so the officer brought me back in and asked me, like, I said, I don't know so person. I said, I can't remember. And he now told me, I said, the person you kind of, you had issue with your wife. And I said, yeah, I didn't kind of like, my mind didn't even happen in 2017. That I told him it's not
tell me what the problem is.
So like, after that, he now said, good moral character, that I lied to him. I said, I did not lie to you. I didn't remember, that's all. Mm-hmm. So after that, he said he was going to kind of like get back and maybe they'll make a decision later. So I'm kind of like thinking...
There's no good moral character requirement to remove the conditions of your permanent residence. Obviously, if they think you're lying and you're not in a real marriage, then that's a different story.
Oh, okay. So he asked me for documents, and I submitted the documents.
If you have proof it's a real marriage, it's all that matters.
Oh, okay. All right.
And whether you knew the name of the person or not has no bearing on whether or not you're in a real marriage with this woman.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because he kind of asked my wife, like, do you still love him? And my wife told him everything about everything.
All right. That's why you need a lawyer with you to protect you in these circumstances. All right?
All right.
Good luck. All right. There it is. People always go, why do I need a lawyer? For a circumstance like that. 9 out of 10 times you walk in, walk out, no problem. And 1 out of 10, you got a problem like David.
There you go.
Let's go to Donna in Chicago.
Hi, good evening, Brad.
Hi,
how are you doing? I'm doing great. I have a question for you. It's in regards to my I-751. So I'm supposed to file it to remove my condition along with my son, who now turns 20 like 2 days ago. So I'm wondering if I'm supposed to do the process with him, two separate I-751.
All right, so my question to you is this. When did you get your green card? Your 2-year card?
February of 2020.
February. And when did your son get his 2-year green card?
The same time.
Then you do it on the same application. You would only file, same application. You just put your son's name on it. You don't have to file 2 separate ones. The only time you're doing 2 separate I-751s is if you and your son got your green card separately more than 6 months apart.
Oh, okay. Okay, I understand. So it doesn't really matter if he's 20 years old or not.
No, just put it in. You and him
and
on the same form.
And it's just one filing fee?
One filing
not
fee.
2?
One, not 2.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Saved your money. Good.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Let's go to Everton in Brooklyn. Hi, Everton.
Hi, Mr. Bernstein. Good night.
Good evening. You're Everton?
Yes, I am Everton.
Okay, what's going on?
I'm not Everton. I'm Everton's spouse. He's at
That's
work
what I
right
said.
now.
You don't sound like an Everton to me. I was going to say that's the highest speaking Everton I ever spoke to in my life.
Oh, my God.
All right. What is your name?
My name is Anita.
Anita, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
So, Everton problem is that he came by you guys, I think, like 2-3 years ago.
Right.
Because he run in some trouble when he was here earlier in the 1980s.
Right.
And he was going to work. They caught him jumping the turnstile. So, make story short, they lock him up, and he did jump the case that they have with him. He sell undercover cop, whatever drugs, I don't know. But he did jump that case, and they caught him, and they lock him up. And having there, he went to court, and they put him on probation. So, he does the probation, but from that, he's here. So now he wanted to go on renewing his green card. So he came by you, and I think you were referring to this lawyer that named Paul Hirsch.
Right. He used to be a criminal defense attorney here.
Exactly.
Right.
And from that lawyer took his money, $6,000.
All right. So what are you calling to complain? What is your question?
No, I'm not calling to complain.
Oh, so tell me what your question is.
He wanted to get in touch with the lawyer. But
hold on one second. I'm not. Hold on. We'll get you. That's an off the air question. How do I get in touch with the lawyer I referred you to? Sonu in Orange, California.
Hello, sir.
Hi. How are you?
Good. How about you?
Good.
Okay, I have a question here. Actually, I applied my N400 August 2021, and they already have my biometrics because I got a green card through the immigration judge in California. So still I don't receive anything. Not means I will receive any like a biometrics. But I heard about they can use my previous biometric. Is it right?
Yes, they're usually. If you have a previous biometric and immigration has it, they're not going to call you in for another biometric now.
Okay, so how long is this process? I know I can see here it's like a 10 to 12 months something.
What are you talking about, your citizenship?
I'm sorry, one more time?
Which application are you referring to? Your citizenship?
Yeah, for N400.
It's actually taking less than 12 months. I've seen them taking 6-7 months now. It's very quick.
So look like I applied for August 29th, 2021. So should we receive something in the mail?
I think by the end of the winter, you'll be a citizen.
I'm sorry, what did you say one more time?
I said by the end of the winter, you should be a citizen.
Okay. But my last question is, it means I applied in August 29th, 2021. So within like another 2-3 months, I will receive something. Maybe they can tell me, we receive your biometrics, so you don't need to tell anything, something like this one or no?
You don't have to take the biometrics because they already have it.
But they can inform me, oh, we don't need your.
They won't inform you. They'll just schedule you for an interview.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, and God bless you. Thank you. Bye.
Let's go to Kieran in Queens.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, sir. Good. My name is Kieran, and I have a quick question. I just want to know that I am a TPS holder, and if I can change my status to employer-based sponsorship. Hello?
Yeah, it depends on if you were out of status at one point, right?
So I came to this country in 2014, and I'm a C1D visa holder. And after 5 months, I applied for asylum, which is still pending.
Right.
So I entered to this
TPS,
country
I
with
thought.
C1D, temporary protected status. I'm from Nepal.
Okay, now you applied for asylum and then TPS? On TPS...
No, I applied for asylum in 2015 after 6 months, and the TPS was there, so I applied for that. So I still have that status.
Right.
But I entered to this country on a C1D visa. Can you...
It depends on whether or not you violated your C1D1 visa by working undocumented, how long you were in the United States before you got back into legal status on your asylum. We would need to have a consultation on that. Possibly yes, possibly no.
All right.
Hold on 1 second. Let's go to Naveed in Chicago. Naveed.
Hi, Brad.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. So this question is for my friend. He's a F2B beneficiary, and his father, who was a green card holder, filed for him, and now his father is a U.S. citizen, and his father became a U.S. citizen in November 2019, and he got married in February 2019. So that application ended, like F2B for him, or can he still save his priority date?
No, you can't say because he got married before his dad became a citizen. So the day he got married, that ended the F2B case. So the dad became a citizen after the marriage, so the dad would have to refile from scratch again, unfortunately.
Okay, one more question. So, if his father filed for him as a F3 petition now as a married son of a U.S. citizen, is there any exceptions for him to get it faster, like extreme hardship or something?
No.
Because he depends on his father who sends money from U.S. to him.
No, unfortunately, no.
Okay, thank you, Brad.
Okay, let's go to Mike and Raleigh. Hi, Mike.
Hi, this is Mike here. Good evening, Brad. So I filed for an I-360 VAWA in July of this year, 2021. I have done my biometrics under the C9 category in October of 2021. So my question is, by when can I get my combo card? Because the website shows 3.5 to 5 months from the receipt date, and my receipt date is July 9th to 2021.
Yeah, I don't know when. I have no idea when you're going to get your combo card. If you did your application properly, it should come within 6 or 7 months of filing. So hopefully by January or February. If you didn't do your application properly, you're going to get an RFE. You'll have to respond to the RFE, and then from that time of the response, count 6 or 7 months. But I don't know the exact date.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Let's go to Ali in the Bronx.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good night. Good night. Good. I have a quick question. 2 questions, sorry. The first question is, I'm getting married to start the process for green card. So the problem that I have right now is that my wife, we live together in New Jersey, but she was living in Brooklyn, and she's telling me she doesn't want to change her address. So because she has a lot of stuff on the address.
Well, let me tell you something, Ali.
Yes.
You and your wife, before you get married to this woman, you and her have to figure out how you're going to live together, period. Whether you're going to live in Brooklyn, New Jersey, Alaska, Iowa, it doesn't matter. but the two of you got to live under the same roof. You don't live
Yeah,
under the
we
same.
live in the same
If you don't live under the same roof, you're going to be denied.
We live in the same roof. We live in the same roof.
Which is which roof? Which roof do you going to live under?
In New Jersey.
So what's the problem with Brooklyn?
She says she want to keep the address in Brooklyn.
What do you mean keep her address?
Huh?
What does keep her address in Brooklyn mean? I don't know what that means.
She want to keep her address
well, if all her documentation says she lives in Brooklyn, okay, it doesn't matter that you sleep under the same roof in New Jersey. You have no proof of it. So that's pretty dumb.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So yeah.
So if you're gonna live in New Jersey, everything's New Jersey. You're gonna live in Brooklyn, everything's in Brooklyn.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So,
and it's a silly fight. Who cares what what your driver's license says? What address, right? You care less?
Yeah.
Silly fight. All right. Figure it out. Hold on.
Yeah.
Jolie in Claymont, Delaware.
Hi, Uncle Brad.
How are you?
It's Joelle.
Oh, Joelle.
It's called me Joelle.
How are you, my dear?
Hi, Yo-Yo.
It's Jessica Levy.
Yes, it's me.
Why is she calling Jessica Levy from Claymont, Delaware?
Yo, when I say Wagwan, you must say Medea.
Medea. Like the Greek tragedy. But you say Medea. Right.
Medea.
But it has nothing to do with being Greek. Yes. All right. What's up, Jessica Levy? You just calling to say hello?
That's what I was calling for. I see that I'm on the show later.
You're on the show later. She's just coming to do a promo.
I like that.
She's just promoting herself on the show later.
I like that. Hey, Jessica Levy, tell everybody to make sure they stay tuned for it.
That's right.
Make sure you stay tuned and make sure you answer questions with me, okay?
That's right. Jessica Levy calling for a promo of her later on in the show.
I love it.
All right, Jessica Levy. Thanks for calling. Stay tuned for Jessica Levy and Squad versus Crew. Hold on 1 second. Thanks, Jessica Levy. Let's go to Rad in Phoenix, Arizona.
Hi, can you hear me?
I do. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing fine. So I have a question. I'm on conditional J1. Can I switch to F1 while staying in US? Or do I have to go back to my country and then get F1?
You're on a conditional what?
I'm on conditional J1 visa.
What do you mean a conditional? You have a 2-year home residence requirement?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You can change on a J. You cannot change your status on a J. You would have to go home. Because on a 2-year home residence requirement, there is no change of status. But you can return on a student visa.
Okay.
You can return on an O visa. You just cannot return on a green card, an H, or an L. Now, if you return on a student visa, that doesn't eliminate your 2-year home residence requirement. You still got to go and do the 2-year home residence requirement after the end of your student visa.
I apologize. I think you understood wrong. I'm working as a teacher on J1 visa, so I have a 2-year home residency conditional thing on my visa.
Correct. And what I'm saying, and you said you want to come back on a student visa.
Yeah, I want to switch to F1. Can I do it while staying in US, or do I have to go back to my
I just answered your question. You have to return home. You can't change your status on a J. You could return on a student visa. You can't return on an H or an L or a green card, but that doesn't eliminate your 2-year home residence requirement. At the end of your F1, which is your student visa, you would still have to go home for your 2 years. I understood completely.
Oh, so you are saying that when I complete my everything on F1, then also I have to go back to my country?
Yes, you still have to require. You still have a 2-year home residence requirement that still needs to be satisfied.
Oh, okay. I got it now. Okay, got it. And one more thing, if I want to quit my job, and can I change my status to visitor visa, and can I stay in US?
Maybe. I just answered that also. I said you cannot change your status on a J visa with a 2-year home residence requirement. Can't change your status to nothing.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're very
Thank
welcome.
you.
She says, I don't understand. I don't think she understands. I understand. Do you understand?
I understand.
Good. Tammy in Rochester. Tammy.
Hello?
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, sir. How are you doing today?
Good. What's going on?
I'm fine. Please, sir, I just have 2 questions quickly.
Sure.
2016, I got into trouble. I was coming from a party. My taillight was broken. So they find a button in my car, and I was given a DWI.
Okay.
So that was 2016. And my appointment, I'm going to apply for citizenship. Is it going to be a problem?
What, was it a DWI or a DUI?
DWI.
Okay. And what state was this in?
Sir?
What state was this in?
Oh, it's upstate New York, Rochester, New York.
In Rochester.
Yeah.
When did you get your green card?
That was 2014.
Did you go to jail?
No. I was given a ticket. Then I went for the program. I paid all my fees.
And that was it? Okay.
Yeah.
When was the program over?
That was in 2000 and I did everything for under a year. That was 2000
whenever all of your programs were over, which your programs are your punishment.
Yes.
Whenever
yes.
all of your programs are over, at the conclusion of those programs, how'd you get your green card, by the way?
I'm married, yeah.
Are you still married?
Yes, I'm still married.
And to the same woman?
Yes.
You live together, do your taxes together, everything, right?
Yes, sir, everything together.
Okay. So as long as it's 3 years from the time that this program finished, because being married to a U.S. citizen, you only have to prove 3 years good moral character, as long as you're in a bona fide marriage with your wife. So let's say the program ended in 2017. As long as you have 3 years good moral character, then you should be eligible to become a citizen.
All right, thank you, sir. One more question.
Yes.
Due to the pandemic, sir, because there was IRS wherever that I need to pay, but I'm paying little by little, and my appointment is January. I've not paid it all. Is it going to be a problem also?
Well, you have to file your taxes. If you can't afford to pay your taxes and you enter into a payment plan, that would be fine.
Okay, that would be fine.
Okay. All right.
All right. Thank you very much for the information.
My
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right. So that ends our meat and potatoes, Jonathan Yo-Yo Elliott. And by the way,
oh yes, I know what you're about to say.
If you want, you didn't get your immigration questions asked and answered, and you want to drop me a DM, well, you can't anymore. If you want to follow me on Instagram at Real Brad Bernstein, you just can't do it anymore. If you want to drop me a DM and ask your question, I would be generally nice enough to return your answer as best as I can. Well, you can't do it anymore.
You can't.
No mas. Finito. Completed.
But they can other places.
Yes, you could go on Brad Show Live. You may ask why.
Yeah.
Maybe because I'm a mean guy.
No.
Maybe because I just don't want to answer your questions on Instagram anymore. Maybe I don't want to get any DMs from you anymore.
JussCallMeJoelle Davis saying, why? What happened?
Ask Mark Zuckerberg. I woke up Friday morning. I'll tell you what happened. I woke up Friday morning, Jonathan.
All right.
They disabled my Instagram.
You're too poppin'.
Hey, you want to know what I did?
What?
Nothing. All I do is put up some legal videos. I put up a couple of selfies. Here I am at the restaurant. Here I am at the bar. Yeah, I'm having a good time. I'm answering your questions. And somebody disabled my account.
Yeah, they're haters.
Could have been a hacker. Could have been several hackers.
Haters. Could be haters. That's all we know.
I don't know the answer to it.
Oh, man.
So when I tried to get back in,
it was like, nah.
They wouldn't send me the little code to my phone.
That's crazy.
Just didn't happen.
And then you have the double.
Yes. And then I hit forgot the password.
Right.
So then they send me a thing, sorry, your account's disabled.
Ooh.
You can appeal this disability by filling out this form.
So you did so?
So I filled out the form.
Took a picture?
I took a picture, I filled out the form. And then they sent me a little pop-up came up on the screen. Sorry, you can't submit this form on the appeal of your disabled Instagram account until such time as you log into your disabled Instagram account. And I'm like, huh?
How are you supposed to
How am I supposed to do that?
Oh, gosh.
So at the moment, you can drop your DMs on Bradshaw Life.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yes.
It's a damn.
That's a damn.
And of course, you can follow us on TikTok, our fastest growing social media platform, at Bradshaw Live.
Yes.
So I don't want anyone to think, because I got a lot of text messages from people. Some people I'm good friends with. I got some emails from people I'm not, just acquaintances.
Right.
I even got DMs on other social media. Why are you blocking me? What I do?
Sheesh.
I'm like, I'm not blocking anybody. So I don't want anyone to think I'm blocking them or I'm not answering them.
Yeah. All right. Well.
As Jessica Leamy says, yeah.
F them.
F them.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, all right. You can also follow us on TikTok at Bradshaw Live. You can also drop us a DM on Bradshaw Live on Instagram. And maybe I'll have to start a new account. Instead of Real Brad Bernstein, it'll be Really, it's Brad Bernstein.
Right. Sheesh. Yes.
We'll see what happens. I'm still trying to get back.
Right. We'll see. And you guys can follow me at Jonathan Elias TV on Instagram.
And later in the show, just as Jessica Levy said, she called in with a promo. Well, I'll do my own promo. And she's going to go up against crew member Jeremy Goldberg, a.k.a. J. Rhymes. And they're going to compete in the game of immigration translation in our ongoing Squad vs. Crew series. Right now, it's Squad 7, Crew 6.
Oh.
The squad beating the crew.
Yes.
We'll see what happens in this round. And, of course, if you want to be part of Squad vs. Crew in the future, just drop us a DM on any of our social media platforms, and we will reach out to you to set something up.
Absolutely.
Oh, by the way, now.
What?
Just to entice you a little bit.
Ooh.
Everybody always says, hey, how do I get one of these babies? How do I get, you know how you get one of those babies? There's Jessica Levy right now.
There we go.
All right, you want your very own Bradshaw Live mug? Then just participate. All you got to, right? We're now, there you are. The price is right. The price,
deal or no deal?
Deal or no deal? Deal or no deal? I'm telling you, deal or no deal with like a bunch of hunky men. I think I'm doing really good.
Absolutely.
All right, what else we got?
All right, and before we get to our questions, we went to New York Comic Con this year and asked attendees what the #1 change they would like to see in immigration reform. Now, I'm going to be looking in the comments to see what you would like to see changed as well.
What is the #1 change you want to see in U.S. immigration reform?
I think I want to see the American government be smart about getting everyone who actually are here their papers, because it takes too long. It doesn't make any sense. They contribute to taxes. I feel like there needs to be some kind of law or some strategy to get them on track, since they're already here. They're Americans. That's it. So give it to them.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think there's a lot of change that needs to happen. There's a lot of change that needs to happen, and it needs to happen now, because there are a lot of people suffering for the things that we're not doing in this country that we should be doing. So yeah.
Hey there. Hey now. Social media check-in.
All right. Give me my TV.
All right.
Let me get my close-up.
Where's his close-up?
Can I get my close-up? There we go.
You know, that would be great if you're like, makeup please, and somebody comes in and just smacks you with the powder.
All right.
So J. Rhymes just shows up like, boom.
J. Rhymes, where you at? Makeup. All right, first one comes from Facebook VIP member Asif Khan saying, We are from Pakistan in the F3 category. Our case was approved in 2011, but the petitioner, U.S. citizen, died in 2016. Now our substitute sponsor is my mother-in-law, who is a permanent resident. We were told about a joint affidavit of support, but the person who's going to give us an adjustment of status said he'll only give it to my spouse. We can't find another adjustment of status person. If my wife goes to the U.S. by herself, what will be the process for my 4 kids who are under 21 and for myself? How long will it take for us?
All right, so they're in another country right now?
They are from Pakistan. All
right, so then the wife comes with a green card. If you can't get a second affidavit of support from, I can't imagine you can't get an affidavit of support from any person else in the world. I mean, not in the world, certainly in the United States. It's 300 million people to ask. So one person can give your wife and another person can do a joint affidavit for somebody, for you. It doesn't have to be the same person for the whole family. But assuming you only have this one person and nobody else, your wife would come to the U.S. and then she would get a job and start working and making money. And then you would follow to join with your mother-in-law's affidavit of support, and then your wife's affidavit of support.
All right. Jean Thomas Webb, Facebook VIP member. In 2013, we received the I-130 approval through my father-in-law. Right now, we're in the asylum process and have a court date in 2023. If the bill passes, are we going to be eligible to apply, and do you think we can do an adjustment of status?
Most likely, if it passes, you would get parole status, and you would most likely be eligible to adjust through your father-in-law's petition.
Katie Correa, a Facebook VIP member. I came to the States on December 25th, 2019. I canceled my return ticket in March 2020 because of COVID. I did extend my B1, B2 visa before my visa expired June 2020. March 2021, I received an email from biometrics appointments, but I did not go because of COVID. I'm living with a narcissist abusive behavior. I will be barred from re-entering the U.S. For a period of 10 years if I go back to Thailand. An attorney told me I can't get a green card if I don't marry an American. I don't want to marry someone with a green card to stay legal in the States. Please give me advice.
Well, you're out of status. There's not a lot of options for you being out of status. Getting married is a good way to do it. But you could have a consultation with me. Maybe there's other options. I don't know.
Melanie Abiola Allen on IG saying, how long after I land in the U.S. can I file for my 2 daughters aged 19 and 12? I'm concerned about the 19-year-old. I don't want her to age out. My interview date is next month. Parent of a U.S. citizen category.
The day you put 2 feet in the United States, you can file the I-130.
Jody Ann on YouTube. Can a person work in another state while a green card application is being processed in another state without a change of address?
Yeah, but then there's going to be a lot of questions. Where do you live? And and then also there's issues of if it's through a marriage. Why is your spouse in one state, you're in another? And certainly there's situations where you go for an interview. Let's say you file in New York and you're working in Ohio. I'm just making it up. And you get your interview in New York and they see all your job and all your income is being earned in Ohio. They're going to say you live in Ohio. They'll transfer your file to Ohio. You're back at the line in Ohio and you got to go through the whole process again. So just be upfront.
All right. Will on YouTube, I had my N400 interview over 2 weeks ago. Still haven't heard anything. All I received was a paper stating I've passed my test, but a decision can't be made at this time. The interview went well.
Fantastic. 2 weeks is not a long time in immigration. Call me in 2 years, you still haven't heard.
Ooh,
that's a long time.
All right. Daryl Winneba on YouTube. My spouse is filing for her citizenship together with an I-130 green card for me in January. How long will the process take if the process is filed together?
They're doing an adjustment through what?
Just said my spouse is filing for her citizenship together with an I-130 green card for me in January.
Where does this person live?
Don't know.
If you're outside the United States, it'll 2 to 3 years, assuming your wife becomes a citizen. If you're in the U.S., you'll file an I-130, but you want to adjust till she becomes a citizen.
Okay, Brianna Campbell on YouTube. I filed a VAWA and received a new work permit. What should I do with my current permit that I received pre-VAWA application?
Put it in your drawer.
Phil's Kend. Great advice. Phil's Kend on YouTube. My best friend from Cameroon has an asylum court date, but he just found out he is HIV positive. Is it good or bad for him?
I wouldn't, it's never good to have HIV for sure, but it's not going to prevent him from getting a green card.
Okay, Rosemary Barnes on YouTube. I have a question. Will they give you the COVID vaccine when you do your medical exam for immigration?
No, but if you don't take a vaccine, you can't adjust your status.
Tremaine M. Ramdeen on Facebook. Hi, Brad. I have a question. I filed an I-130 for my mom July 17th, 2021, and I received the receipt notice in August 2nd, 2021. It's been 3 months now, and I haven't heard anything else since then. I'm not sure what to do.
Who filed for who?
Tremaine filed the I-130 for the mom in July 17, 2021.
Just wait. It's taking at least a year. Call me in July 2022 if you haven't heard.
Robert Jackson on Facebook. What's the reason for such a long backlog? I got neighbors who worked from the home during COVID. Why couldn't they work from home to process immigration visa?
There's unions, and if you work for the U.S. government, you'll find out very quickly why government work's good.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have to. You get paid whether you work or don't. Right?
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, I had to go in close on that one.
Yeah.
Why couldn't they work from home?
All right, Frank Mbedja on YouTube. I'm getting married to my American fiance in April 2022, and my interview with the IJ is on June 2022. What should I do after I'm married?
File an I-130 visa petition.
Carlos Rivera on YouTube. After the VAWA case was approved, how long should the applicants wait for a green card? Add info. I-485 concurrently submitted
about 12 months or less.
Okay. Mike Mont on YouTube. With withholding of removal, would I get part of parole?
Maybe. We have to see how the laws are written.
Okay, Lee on YouTube. A married couple came into the U.S. on a B1, B2 visa, but decided to file for asylum. Do they have to live together to file together? Will they face misrepresentation issues since they came in as tourists?
No, you don't have misrepresentation issues filing for asylum coming in as tourists, but there could be misrepresentation issues if it's determined that you entered into a bogus marriage just to give your spouse a derivative benefit through asylum.
You can too on YouTube. Married 3 years, separated twice, withdrew I-130 twice. I'm also in removal proceedings for traffic citation. Filed a VAWA, but I don't have any actual proof. What can I do next? What are my options?
You don't have proof of a VAWA? Your own words are your proof of your VAWA. Have a detailed, credible story.
Veronica Clark on YouTube. Can my husband file for my 19-year-old daughter? His stepdaughter.
If the marriage happened before she was 18, yes.
Mr. Skyline on YouTube. My aunt is a green card holder using Medicaid, 74 years old now, planning to leave the country for a visit to her home country for 6 months. If she returns, will she face issues at the border?
If it's less than 6 months, no.
Jasalias Isaac on Facebook. I went to an interview on June 30th, 2021. Until today, I have no answer. What should I do?
Wait.
Ed David on Facebook. I filed for my citizenship 2 months ago, and my wife wants a divorce now. Would I need her during the citizenship process?
If you're basing it on 3 years bona fide marriage, yes. If you're basing it on having a green card for 5 years, no.
Rezwan T-Vision on YouTube. I was approved for advanced parole on EB3, and I want to travel to my home country for a week. What advice would you have?
If you have advanced parole, enjoy your trip. Don't stay out for more than 4 weeks. 1 week is fine.
Anne Marie Anderson on YouTube. I get pandemic food stamps from the school for my kids. Is that public charge?
Probably not.
Tanny Smith on YouTube. Do you have any updates about spousal green card interviews in Jamaica? Are they still backed up?
Extraordinarily backed up. 3 more.
All right. Muhammad Islam on YouTube. You visa applicant since July 2018. When can I get a work permit under bona fide determination?
Now, if you can file it and request it.
Robin Sathyamoorthy on YouTube. What about the people who came after 2011?
That's what Congress says.
Yeah, we got to figure out another way, right?
No way, yeah.
And last one, Elizabeth Francis on YouTube. If a person was approved for the I-130, but her husband divorced her, what should she do? Asking for a lady.
Well, if the marriage broke up and you don't have a green card, there's only one of 3 things you can do. Send flowers and chocolates and make up with your spouse. file a VAWA if there was abuse, physical or extreme emotional abuse, get divorced and figure another way out.
All right.
That's the option for everybody. Flowers, abuse, divorce.
There we go.
There you got it. All right. Today we have a new squad versus crew match between squad member JussCallMeJoelle Ann Reid Davis and crew member Jeremy Goldberg, a.k.a. J Rhymes, in a game of immigration translation. Right now the score is squad 7, crew 6 with 1 tie. Let's see how Joelle Ann and Jeremy do as they match wits. The pressure is on, and let's play along in the comments.
Hey Brad Squad, Vanessa Contreras here with another squad versus crew rematch with the Battle of the J's.
Versus
show fan Joelle Ann Reid, aka JussCallMe, or aka JussCallMeJoelle, and of course our Brad Show team member Jeremy Goldberg, aka J Rhymes, continue their ongoing competition in a game of immigration translation. How are you two feeling?
Good. I'm coming for the win, Jeremy.
I do the best I can.
All right, we're looking forward to that. Okay, you each have paper or a whiteboard and a pen. And after I ask a question, you'll write down your answer. And then at the count of 3, you'll hold up your answers. Everyone watching should play along and test their own immigration translation knowledge as well. Okay, so good luck to you both. Our first question is, what does RFE mean? Is it A, request for evidence, B, request for employment, C, request for expedited service, or D, request for eligibility? Are you guys both ready? So 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we have A and D, and Joelle Ann Reid got that correct. So the answer is A. RFE means request for evidence. USCIS will send an RFE on a given application if it needs more information to finish processing the application. When USCIS sends someone an RFE, it means they did not submit all the required evidence, the evidence submitted is no longer valid, or the officer needs more information to determine your eligibility. Okay, but do not worry, an RFE does not necessarily mean your application will be denied. In fact, according to the USCIS, in the second quarter of the fiscal year 2020, the odds of approval after an RFE were 68.2%, up nearly 10% from the same quarter in the fiscal year of 2019. Okie doke. So let's get on to the next question. A person may be eligible for a U visa if they are what? Is it A, an agricultural worker, B, employed on a cruise ship, C, a victim of a crime, or D, from a country that starts with a U, like Uganda? How are we looking? Ready, guys? So 3, 2, 1. Great job. Yes, good job. That is a point for each of you guys. The correct answer is C. The U non-immigrant status provides immigration protection to people who have suffered substantial mental or physical abuse as a result of a crime. The U visa allows victims to remain in the United States and help law enforcement authorities in the investigation of prosecuting of the criminal activity. Okay, on to our third question. If you travel to the United States on the Visa Waiver Program, VWP, with an ESTA, the Electronic System for Travel Authorization, how long are you allowed to stay? Is it A, 60 days, B, 90 days, C, 120 days, or D, as long as you'd like? Do we have our answers? Let's see in 3, 2, 1. B, okay, this is getting spicy. You are both correct. If you are from one of the 39 countries enrolled in the United States visa waiver program that allows citizens of these countries to travel to the United States with an ESTA instead of a visa, you may stay for 90 days. There are no exceptions. We hear this on Braducation all the time. So I knew that one. Our next question. What USCIS appointment will a green card applicant attend in order to ensure they do not have a serious criminal record or prior immigration violations? Is it A, a Stokes interview, B, biometrics, C, pre-inspection, or D, ICE check-in? Okay, squad, so let's see. 3, 2, 1. All right. Okay, so we have B from Joelle and A from Jeremy, and the correct answer goes to the squad. Joelle, you got that. It is B, biometrics. Biometrics, we hear this on Brad Show Live all the time. For immigration biometric purposes, USCIS will obtain your photograph, fingerprints, and have you sign your name. This process confirms your identity so that USCIS benefits go to the correct person and facilitates the criminal background check. A biometric screening is not an interview. So here we go on to the next one. What immigration classification may allow children in the U.S. who are undocumented and need humanitarian protection to apply immediately for lawful permanent resident status? Is it A, special immigrant juvenile status, B, deferred action for childhood arrivals, C, family visa, or D, non-LPR cancellation of removal? Let's see. Are you guys ready? So 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we have A and B. The correct answer is A, special immigrant juvenile status, known as SIJS, is arrival to certain undocumented immigrants under the age of 21 who have been abused, neglected, or abandoned by one or both parents. SIJ is a way for immigrants under 21 to apply for and obtain legal permanent residence in the United States. Moving on to our next question. How are you feeling, J Rhymes?
Just defeated, but persevering, so I'm good.
I appreciate you, Joelle. Dominating so humbly. Okay, so when conditions in a country temporarily prevent the country's nationals from returning safely, the Department of Homeland Security may designate what status to the nationals or recent residents of the country living in the U.S. Is this A, T visa status, B, Violence Against Women Act, known as VAWA, C, asylee status, or D, Temporary Protected Status, TPS? Got your answers? 3, 2, 1. Oh, wow, great job. The correct answer is D.
I got one.
The Department of Homeland Security may designate a country for temporary protected status, known as TPS, due to a temporary condition in the country, such as an ongoing armed conflict like a civil war, or an environmental disaster such as an earthquake or a hurricane. Grants of TPS are initially made for periods of 6 to 18 months and may be extended. On to our next one. A conditional green card is given to a foreign national who has been married to a U.S. citizen for less than 2 years at the time their green card is approved. How long is a conditional green card valid for? Is it A, 2 years, B, 4 years, C, 6 years, or D, 8 years? Ready, guys? In 3, 2, 1. Oh. You don't know what that means yet, but it is correct. A is the right answer. A conditional green card is valid for only 2 years. This designation, CR1, on a physical card stands for conditional resident. A conditional green card holder must file Form I-751 to remove the conditions and obtain a permanent green card within the 90-day period before their conditional green card expires. So, good job there. Easy one. We hear this on Brad Show Live all the time. What is a priority date? Is it A, the date you entered the U.S., B, the date your immigrant petition was filed, C, the date your visa expires, or D, the annual date a person must check in with ICE? So you guys have your answers. Let's see them in 3, 2, 1. B. Very good. Yes, that is the right answer. Your priority date is the date that your immigration petition was filed. This is the date the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services received your I-130 visa petition. Think of this date as your place in the green card line. A particular priority date becomes current once it reaches the front of the line and a green card is available. People can check their place in line on the USCIS Visa Bulletin website. So good job on that last one. Here we go to really wrap this up. The squad versus crew, closing out with double or nothing. So the question is, people who do not have a social security number or may be undocumented can still pay taxes with what? A, proof of a lease, B, their home country's passport number, C, their work authorization number, or D, individual taxpayer identification number known as an I-10. Let's see it in 3, 2, 1. You see D. And indeed, the correct answer is D. The correct answer is D, individual taxpayer identification number, an I-10, lets more people pay into the federal system, which builds their tax base. According to the IRS, in 2015, 4.4 million people paid $23.6 billion in total taxes using an I-10. Our girl Joelle Ann Reid has a perfect score. And of course, that double or nothing gave her some more points at the end. Our boy Jay Rhymes, we're so happy you got that double or nothing, which brings us to a score of squad 10, crew 7. Okay, another great match between the Jays. It's always fun to test all of the immigration knowledge Brad has shared with us. Squad, how did you do? Remember, just reach out and get in touch with us if you'd like to play a game of squad versus crew. We'll see you guys next time.
What? Jessica Levy schmaltz. She schmaltzed Jay Rhymes.
No competition.
Yeah, no competition. You know what that goes to show?
What?
Jessica Levy watches every day. And Jay Rhymes is only listening with one ear. He's rhyming in the other ear.
Right,
he's rhyming in the other ear. All right, let's go to speed round, where I answer 9 questions in 50 seconds, or they blow the hell out of us here in the studio.
Let's not get blown up, please. Short answers.
Yeah. Yo-Yo gave me instructions. He said, Brett, nobody wants a long answer when there's a bomb that's going to go off
especially when
in
I'm
50
here.
seconds. Do a short answer.
Yes.
It's most important you answer it. It's not You don't have to give every last detail.
Right.
He was giving me a lot of instructions, Yo-Yo, right before the show started. All right, ready? Let's go.
How long do I have to wait after a divorce to file for a fiancé?
The next day.
Do you need a visa to travel to the U.S. with a Canadian refugee travel document?
Yes.
Mom is becoming a citizen. I'm 30 years old and have DACA. Can she sponsor me?
Yes, but it's going to take a while.
Can you travel within the U.S. with your EAD card if it says not valid for re-entry at the bottom?
Of course, you're legal.
Do I need a sponsor to get an O1 visa in tech field?
Yes.
If I applied for my citizenship January 4th, 2021, with which civic test will I take?
The naturalization test. I don't know what you're asking.
Can a Canadian permanent resident get a work permit in the U.S.?
Under NAFTA.
Is TSA allowed to look at your bank account?
They can look at whatever they feel like.
If my husband is on H1B1 or HB1, how soon can we join him and family from Kenya?
Immediately.
Woo!
But they blew us up anyway.
No, we got that. We got that.
Ian blew me up.
Y'all. Don't play us.
Jill goes, it's okay, you got it. yeah, it's okay after you blow me up. Yeah, don't worry. We just blow your ass up in the studio. But it's okay, you got it. That's what Jill says. It's okay. We just blew you up. It's okay.
It's okay. It's all right.
Well, she goes, it's virtual. It doesn't matter if it's virtual. You blew me up. All right, comments of the day.
All right, our first comment of the day comes from Jerry Stewart saying the squad is ready. Sit back and get ready for the most up-to-date and relevant immigration news.
All right.
Yeah. And second one comes from Kenny Sang saying, hey, Brad, just wanted to say thank you. I just received my green card approval. I had an interview last week, and this week I should be receiving the actual card by Friday because it's just been mailed out today. Just want to say you're the best, and I thank you for your advice. God bless you guys. Brad is the real deal.
Wow.
Use him. I approve this message as a successful case and individual.
Wow. Thank you very much, Kenny, for the
book of the day.
Yeah, congratulations.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
All right. Next one comes from It's Apple Pie.
They found the drum.
They found it. I was waiting for it, but it's all good. I felt so awkward not being able to watch the show the last few days. Couldn't wait until you guys were back. Hooray! Well, I feel whole again.
I want you to know something. I was awkward not doing the show. Around 6 o'clock every day, I started saying hello to people. It's just in my mind. I'm like, hello, JussCallMeJoelle. Hello.
Your kids are probably looking at you
like I'm crazy.
Yeah.
I go, no, the show's starting.
Yeah, and then for me, I'm in California. All I hear is dun,
yeah. Like squat up.
Right. All right, y'all. And our last comment of the day. And this is regarding immigration reform. This is Paulette Bryce Cameron saying, I want to see dreamers get their green card and for the wait time for family members to be reduced.
That's right.
Me too.
That was your immigration law change, right?
Yes.
What would you like to see?
Yeah.
All right, Jonathan. Excellent show.
Excellent.
Excelente. Yes. Excelente, your excellence.
Is this Italian?
Mwah.
Or French?
Whatever you want it to be. All right, we will see you all tomorrow for Tuesday Tea. Mwah.
Mwah.
Do it again. Till they run the credits. Bye. They don't want us to leave. No, we're not getting answers. No more answers.
So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here.
Forget it. I'll do it.
The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800
1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465.
What are you doing?